Hi guys, Penny Rose Journals, how you doing? Okay, this is the second time I've done this video. I did this video earlier this week and it came in to edit it today and nothing, it's gone. Super annoying. So yeah, we're doing it again and I will show you the results of the first video at the end, basically the same time I show you the results from this one. So they all look the same anyway because I did the same thing. I just used some different sort of things out of my scrap drawer, but pretty much it's all the same. So the first thing that I did do was take these pieces of brown paper and glue them. Now I have some leftover bits from before, so I'm going to glue a few of these, but I'm going to use the pieces that I have left over from last time. These ones I'm going to pop under my mat, and I've got something to use next time I want to do this. So essentially I am just folding these up and gluing them and using them to make bases on which to create little clusters. It just provides a nice sort of flat surface with a bit of, they're a bit more sturdy than just a piece of paper or something. It's just, a little piece of card basically to build on. So you don't have to do this. You can just use a little piece of card. I'm just doing this because I had these offcuts lying on my desk, so that's the reason I am gluing these down. So I'm just going to do a bunch of these, pop them under my mat, and then we'll move on to making some little clusters with a few leftover bits from the ones I did previously. Okay, that done. This is the kind of size I want to cut them into. Just little chunks, little squares or rectangles, depending on how big the piece you have is. Just basically building myself a base to start making a little cluster on top of. Now I've got this sort of interesting paper here. It's sewing pattern tissue. It has sticks sandwiched in it. These are just the offcuts of paper bags when I'm cutting the base off. I call them sticks. So yeah, I popped a bunch of these on top of a piece of this tissue, painted it with some PVA and water mixed, and put another piece down on top and painted it again with the same mixture, just a 50-50 mix of PVA and water. Once it was dry, I ran the sewing machine over all the sticks. So yeah, it's just something a bit different, just a bit of decorative paper basically. You could use anything for this. If you have some nice decorative paper, some maybe mulberry paper, or some of those really interesting papers you can get with the holes and the string and all that sort of stuff in it. Anything like that. Or you could just use a piece of book page, whatever you have. I have this, so I'm going to use a piece of this on each of these. The next thing I'm going to add is a little piece of fabric. This is just a scrap of sort of calico or muslin, if you live somewhere else. This has been rust dyed. This is just out of my scrap fabric drawer that sits next to me. I have all sorts of strips and bits and pieces in there. I just wanted something a bit neutral, so that's what I'm going to use. Once I've popped a piece of that on, I'm just going to put on a piece of this book page that's been painted with white acrylic paint, and then I have just played on with some ink. So it just has all these lines on it. I think I used a fan brush to do this, and just sat around and made a bunch of these pages, and this is what I do with it. I'm going to pop a staple through the middle of each of these, and that will hold it together. And although I don't mind a staple showing on these kind of things, I am going to cover these with a little piece of sort of lacy fabric. The first lot that I did, the ones that I lost the video for, I just found a scrap of sort of, I think it was maybe dress fabric that had lacy bits on it, and I used little offcuts of that. This particular time around, I find a little piece of shirt that was sort of lacy, and I cut a little swatch of that and use all of that. So you'll see them all at the end. And that's it, just simple little clusters. Yeah, you can make quite a few of these in a very short period of time, and they're a handy little thing to have in the drawer. You can pop these on a paper clip and make an altered paper clip, or stick them on a page or the back of an envelope, or wherever you like. So very, very cute, and I now have I have a lot of them because, well, I have 2 videos worth. So alright guys, I hope you enjoyed those. Thanks very much for spending your time with me today. I'll see you again next time. Bye.